Good morning and welcome to the Big Shave on this gloriously sunny day in Britain, Great Britain. We've actually had some quite nasty weather the last week or so. It's supposed to be summer, but we all know British summer is equal to wet weather, cold weather. But it's nice this morning, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. Okay, so if you're new to this game of shaving, my name's Steve Farragher. I'm based in the United Kingdom. I'm based in a place called Liverpool in the UK, which you probably heard of because of the football club and four people called the Beatles from the 1960s. Well, we're still here, they're not. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about shaving and a few other things. Just completely, this shave today was just, it wasn't planned at all. I've just got up this morning, and I thought, well, I haven't had a shave for 2 days because I've nicked myself a couple of places. I thought it might be worth sort of having a go and videoing it as I was due a shave. Plus I've had a few emails off people, a couple of people who I haven't spoken to for like 20 odd years who've discovered the shaving videos and then realised it was me because it didn't look like this 20 years ago, and decided to get in touch with us. So, welcome to the Big Shave, wherever you're from or whoever you are, and whether you know me in the past or not, that's entirely irrelevant really. We're going to talk today about using shaving goods. We're also going to have a little talk about a few other things as well. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to talk about just yet, but it might be something to do with politics, I suppose, because that seems to be my bag at the moment. So what are we doing today? What are we using today? And why are we using it? We're using a really old brush that the paint's called Flaked Off. It's an Excelsior. I think it's a Portuguese Excelsior. Someone sent it to me a while ago. And it still works really well. The paint doesn't make the brush any better or worse really. It's a ball brush, so it's quite stiff. It's off a pig. It's not off a badger. I used to use these all the time. I tend to alternate now between a ball brush and a badger brush. This is a badger brush, so it's nice and soft, and this is a ball brush. It does get soft eventually, but sometimes it takes a while, but it's fun. The process of getting there is fun. Not using a big shave scuttle today, we're just using an ordinary cereal bowl with the last of the Vicco, VICCO, which is, I think it's an Indian shave cream. There he is, Mr. Vicco. It's a welcome return. Can't get hold of this anymore. The shop that sells it doesn't seem to have it anymore, and the only other place to get it from is off the internet. It's quite expensive. This used to cost a couple of quid. It's an interesting stuff because it's not white, it's yellow, because it's got turmeric in it, which usually you eat, but it seems to go quite nicely on the face. It's made in Bombay, and don't know what's got in it actually. It has got turmeric in it because it says so, but I think it does have something called patchouli in it as well, because it has a very peculiar smell. It's very nice, mind you. So what we're doing today is we're going to lather up, and we're going to talk a little bit about the razor that we use and the blade. So how is everyone? I've just got into my 60th year. I had my 59th birthday on Monday, which was fun. I had lots and lots of messages off people, and quite a lot of them were for Big Shave people off the Facebook group. Facebook group information is there if you want to join the Facebook group. And everyone was congratulating me on managing to live so long. The funny thing about being 59 is it doesn't feel like you're 59. I feel more like I'm sort of 29 or 30 or something like that. Very strange stuff, this Vicco. I haven't used it for a while. I didn't realise what it was like. It goes a bit like candy floss, cotton candy, as Americans call it, and then it settles down. So we need to talk a little bit more to let it settle down, because it won't go on very well. So that's the lathering side of it. Lathering. People sometimes have problems with lathering, and sometimes it's due to the water in the area. If you've got hard water, sometimes it's quite difficult. But just persist really. don't try and make loads of lather. The more lather you got, the more lather you're gonna waste. So just try and get enough to do three pass shave. The razor that we're using today is this little thing. Yeah, let's get the full length of it first. It's comes in various brands. It's one of these Pakistani knockoffs that has an Edwin Jagger type head. Okay, it's actually called, what's it called on this? It's called the Classic Samurai, this one, but I think I got it off Amazon for about 10 quid. One of the best value razors they own, and I've been using it quite a lot. Two reasons why: it's nice and heavy, so the weight of the razor carries the shave, and also the size of it, it's very manoeuvrable, so you can get into all these little crevices. I've got, because I'm growing this goatee thing here, I have to get up here, and I need quite a small headed razor. Sometimes the future that I use, the Merkur Future, which is there, it's quite difficult to get into those gaps. So what we're going to do is we're going to wet the face to begin with. So you need to get a bit of water on your face, or you can put some pre-shave oil on if you want. And I've got an Astra blade in here as well. Been used a couple of times. It's got loads of life in it. So you got your Astra blade, you've got your little razor, very manoeuvrable, very weighty. You've got a bow. You've got a bow shaving brush, and you can see now that this is settled a little bit. It's going to be hard holding this up because it's quite soapy. It's not as light as it was before. So we're going to leave that floating in the water. I'm going to start off first of all by wetting the face, and then if we can see what I'm doing, I'm going to put this on. You can see it's quite luxurious actually, the Vico. It smells great. You smell like a 1972 hippie. And you can rub your soap right in. We'll get into all the little places that you need to get it. And then you get your razor and you start by shaving with the growth, which is that way in my case. Down the sides, up the jaw with the growth. And then the next move is across the face and across the jaw that way. And then finally you go up the face and then down the jaw. Now it's up to you to find out which way your hair grows out of your face. It's easy when you've had the beard because you can see straight away, but when you haven't had the beard, sometimes it's quite difficult. Now I'm rubbing the lather into my face at the moment. I'm not really sure why I'm doing that, but it was fun. Okay, so we're going to start off by going with the growth, which is down. And it talks a little bit about audio feedback as well, but it does mean me shutting up in a second. That you can tell when your shave becomes successful because the sound of the shave changes. So if you listen closely, you can hear this. This is 2 days growth. Okay, and as your shave progresses, as your second and third pass go by, you'll find that the sound changes significantly. Sometimes it's not real sound, sometimes it's just vibration through the jaw, but you can tell that you're actually becoming successful at getting rid of the growth. Now, I've had a few issues last few days because I nicked myself on Monday, and every time I was shaving, I opened a small wound. So I'm going quite careful on these shaves to try and not open it again. Due to medical reasons, I'm on blood thinners, so the slightest nick becomes a torrent of blood. Okay, so going for the second pass now, holding up the face, and this time we're going the opposite way, which is that way. Sometimes you forget which way you've done actually, but here we go. Keep washing, keep rinsing the lather off the blade, otherwise the blade will clog up. Okay, so let's talk politics, eh? It's only probably relevant to British people, but anyone who's watched any of these in the past knows sometimes I talk about politics on there. I used to be a member of the Labour Party, which meant I was quite left-wing and radical, which I thought to some extent the Labour Party was, but it seems it isn't really. But now Labour Party's now in the middle of a a leadership election, and it looks like it's an opportunity for the rank and file of the party to actually express the views of probably the mass of people who vote Labour. Mass of people who vote Labour would like to see a fairer society and would like to not have some of the austerity cuts that are taking place at the moment, and would like the rich to pay their share. But the Labour Party over the last 20 years in Britain has been intent on keeping in power, and has gradually moved further and further to the right in the hope that it would attract Conservative voters. Now, they got the last election, if you know anything about this, they got hammered, which meant that as a tactic wasn't working. And so, as part of the leadership campaign, the four candidates, or three of the candidates, basically was putting an agenda forward that the Labour Party should be more and more right-wing in order to attract the people that voted Conservative. Now, the problem with that is that you end up, people voting for the Labour Party through a knee-jerk reaction because they're voting for the Labour Party because they're not the Tory party. Well, as a strategy, there's loads of faults in that. But the main fault is that why would people want to vote for Labour if they're already voting for Tory? You don't turn yourself into the thing that you're opposed just in order to be popular. And they seem to be hell-bent on just trying to get back into power again, but using a strategy that ultimately failed at the last election. So they end up chasing their tail, and they've ended up putting a candidate forward just to try and balance it. So the guy's name's Jeremy Corbyn, and the whole thing seems to have backfired on them because the people who actually put him forward are now saying, well, we didn't really, we were morons to do it, and that's the description that they used to describe themselves. They were morons to put him forward. And so then what can only be described as a bit of a pickle. So what I'm doing now, I've done the three directions, and I'm just picking up. So, which means now, I'm probably a natural Labour voter who's now a member of the Green Party and is also standing as a Green candidate in local elections. So, I keep saying this to people. My predictions are that the Labour Party is probably going to. Jeremy Corbyn does get it, which I do hope he does. Will end up probably splitting down the middle again. There's a choice really for the right-wing part of the Labour Party. This is Chuka Umunna and some of these other people. Is that they're either going to have to stay in the Labour Party and sabotage Jeremy Corbyn, which would be obvious what they're doing. So they're basically an open revolt against their leadership, who's been democratically elected, by the way. So these people are now setting themselves up as above democracy, which again doesn't sit very well with people. Or they're going to have to leave the party and set up their own party, their own social democratic right of centre socialist party. Try explaining that one away to a Conservative voter who understands conservatism straight away. So it's not a matter of Jeremy Corbyn and the left wing is keeping them out of power. It'll be themselves, because ultimately some of these people, and pick on Chuka Umunna here, are addicts really. They need to go to some clinic to get their addiction dealt with. They're actually addicted to power, and they're addicted to controlling people as well, controlling the party. They don't like the idea that, in a democracy, things don't turn out as you'd expect. Okay, so that's the politics over with. Let's get back to the face. So the face is nice and smooth. I think I've reopened one of the little nicks in there, but can't be helped. So what you do if you actually got a little nick, what you do? Well, the best way I find to stopping it is not a stick or anything like that. It's just to use plenty of cologne. This is the White Moss cologne from Alpe. It's got a name on it, isn't it? It's Fougère. You get a big bottle of it, and do I put cologne on? I put it on both hands, rub it into the hands first, and then slowly rub it into the face. It's not a shock, it's not a pain, it's supposed to be a pleasure. You gradually rub it in, and eventually it will evaporate because it's made out of alcohol. And once it's evaporated, the face will be dry, and once it's dry, we can replace some of the moisture that we've lost with something like the Arco cream. This is the best, probably the best aftershave cream you can get. It's thick, it's got beeswax in it. It needs to be rubbed into the hands first. You see, it doesn't go anywhere, it's not wet. It's quite thick. And then it needs to be rubbed into the face and absorbed. It takes a while to do this. This doesn't happen straight away. When I rub it into the whole face, I put it onto the forehead as well. Keeps your skin nice and pliable, soft. It's as soft as a 59-year-old. There you go. And there we go. It's nearly done. So that's the complete shave. That's the complete 3-pass shave, as put together by me. 3 passes with the razor. Nice cheap shave actually. And we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Vico as well, because he's going in the bin now. There's probably a little bit more in there, but I won't bother trying getting it out. So thanks very much for watching. My name's Steve Farragher. This has been The Big Shave. It's a short instructional video on how to shave all the way from sunny, and it is sunny, Liverpool. If you want to email me with some questions, and I do get quite a lot of emails off people, then by all means use this email address, which will stay up for another 5 or 10 seconds. And I do answer emails. If people have emailed me, and ask any questions you want. I only try and answer them. Sometimes I can't answer them, sometimes I can. And there's also the Facebook group, which is there again. Come join the Facebook group, over 3,000 members. You can ask questions on that. People share shaving experiences. I'll say that again, share shaving experiences and become better at shavers. And there's also, I sell some razors and shaving products on the internet, on Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook, got that wrong. On that other place, you know, that eBay thing, and also Etsy. Okay, so it's been lovely talking to you, and I didn't expect to do one of these today, so it's been very impromptu. I'm going to now put a bit of wax on the moustache, get it nice and shapely, and then it'll be off to work. Got a busy day today, working with older people, teaching them how to use digital machines, computers, laptops, tablets, etc. in a place called Southport with my team of people, and we'll have a good day, and you have a good day as well. So stay tuned for more. I'm going to try and do at least one a week from now on, because I feel I'm letting the side down really. Okay, so it's goodbye from me, Steve Farragher, and Liverpool and all those places, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-da!